Anther Cheer, the Bloody Point. All right, this one is more of an informative video. We're going to explain how to acquire gear using the Lithograph book. You can't just buy gear, and as you can see, I have two slots which are not blue. I need to get some rare quality blue gear for those two slots. So in order to do that, what I'm gonna do is use the Lithograph book, which allows you to craft gear of a lower tier and unlock the lithographs or recipes for higher tier gear. So for the two items I'm missing, the necklace and the bracelets, I can craft 4 uncommon green quality items and then fill out the book for that and get the recipe as a reward. Now, one thing to note is for some of these lines, the items cannot be crafted. You can see for the pants here, it can't be crafted, which means it's only droppable for mobs. You can also sometimes find that item on the market because people can identify which of these are drop only. They are actually viable items to put on the market for people trying to do this, so that's an option. Now you can see here I do have the 4 green items that I was viewing earlier, which are craftable. All I need to do is acquire the lithographs themselves. As you can see, I don't actually have any, so what I'll need to do is get those somehow. I do have all of the resources in those chests, so that's not a problem. Let's just show the guild merchant to see what you can buy. It is possible to buy some gear from the NPCs. The guild merchant, for example, will sell you weapons using the guild currency that you can earn through donations, but it doesn't. This is the consumables merchant, actually, not the weapon merchant, but we'll buy some stuff while I'm here. The other one sells you the weapons. Now these weapons are special. I showed one in a previous video. They're not best in slot. They have some peculiarities. They're kind of for particular builds. But if you're lacking a blue weapon entirely, it's an option. You can buy these with the guild currency, but no armor and no accessories. So I cannot get the lithographs from the guild merchant. I'm gonna have to get them somewhere else. And the somewhere else in this case is the contract merchant. You can also fight mobs in the open world in specific areas. The game gives you the information to see what items drop from what mobs, and you can do that. People do that all the time. It's one of the things the bots are doing, actually. But a quicker way is to get a specific contract that a contract seller rather that sells them. So you can see I can buy some, but I have limited currency, so I'm only going to be able to buy 4, which will let me fill out one of the book lines and get one of the slots. But I'm going to need to get 4 more, and I'm out of currency, which means I'm going to have to actually do the contracts. But for this first one, just to demonstrate how the book works, we'll actually go ahead and craft all of these 4. One thing you have to keep in mind, which is something that'll happen for my second slot when I do the ring, or the necklace rather, is when crafting, you need to be careful and watch what your resulting traits are. Because if you get a particularly valuable trait, you don't want to waste it by sending it into the book. You're going to want to use the trait yourself to add the trait or upgrade the same trait on your existing gear, or you're going to want to sell it, extract it, or just sell it straight up on the market and get some lucid. And if that happens, what you do then is you simply, recraft that item and hopefully don't get, a good trait. Okay, so the items that, the raw materials I'm using, you can see the crystals here. You get those in decent quantity as rewards for various things. So all you need to do is go to your inventory, right-click on the chest, choose the quantity and the crystal that you want, and it puts it straight in your inventory. And that way you'll be able to complete the crafts. Now some of these lower tier equipment, they're actually decent, and you could level them up all the way up to the higher tier and use those instead, simply because of their modifiers. Their modifiers are actually good for certain builds in some cases. There are also rare and epic options for different rings and whatnot that you can use, and those are good as well. But if you're just starting out, and you don't want to wait. So one thing that you learn when playing the game is you don't want to wait to spend anything really. You want to get gear in those slots. You don't want to be running around with empty slots. And acquiring the means to upgrade these things is pretty easy. Okay, so you can see that I've crafted the 4 bracelets, and now I'm able to submit it, and I get my rare lithograph, which means I now can craft the rare item for that slot. I still need the materials, of course, and it may not have the perfect modifiers for my build. But the thing is, with the way the game works, is I'm eventually going to be aiming for an epic item for that slot, and then it won't really matter what these attributes are. I will just upgrade it and use it to quickly upgrade the epic version. Okay, so crafted this item. Did not get a great success. That's okay. Let's see what I got. That's not a bad trait, actually. It's a pretty decent trait. So, as you can see, perfectly good item. What I can do now is I can use the old green one that I had equipped and upgrade this. So the way it works is it takes half of the value. You can see 300% for six levels of the item, and upgrade it to level 3, which is a decent start. You want to do 6 on green, and then 9 on the blue. Okay, so I have one item done. I'm gonna do a second video showing how to acquire the lithographs doing contract runs in order to craft the 4 rings that I need, and that's how to get blue gear. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.